this is the evaluation of post-production and production. So basically, throughout this project, Jesus. Okay, throughout this project, all I've done really is just like at the start of it, I really wanted like a new UAL logo and Barnett and Southgate logo, just because my video was a promotional video for fashion in this college, and UAL logo was because UAL actually owns like the fashion bits in every college, that the course and stuff like that. So yeah, so then I wanted like to be a white background, and to be very clean, just a white background with the Barnett and Southgate logo. I did like give in like I did give in like a little shade on the Barnett and Southgate logo. Um but yeah, so it starts like that, and then at the beginning I also have music. After that it comes in the UAL logo. Yeah, I just pretty much just gave it like a little to come in smooth and stuff like that. I just like did like a little shading at the beginning, and then I made the logo to be very black on a white background. After that the video starts with the models. The things that I had with the models was that I end up asking a photography teacher to help me a little bit on photography. um I did use his studio, and what happened is that I pretty much just took the clothes from the fashion department. He set up the lights for me. I used the Canon camera. Um, so what I wanted was the models to be like turning around. So for it to happen, I had to like borrow a few equipments from the arts department, if I'm not wrong. So the models could like turn around on it. I did have some people on the floor making it to happen, because the the little material, it doesn't turn alone by itself. So yeah, so I had the models like turning around with the clothes on in the studio, in the photography studio. I did also sort of like, because I wanted to be like a very professional and looking like it was like a actual photography production. I did ask Adam to like set up and help me with a grey background, so that it looked very professional. I did have as well throughout this project, big flash on the cameras and stuff like that. So it would look like very professional, like they were actually taking a photo shoot for some clothing brand. I did change my location. I had also, as the one of the location, it was the Tudor Hall, which is downstairs. It's part of the college. So like I did have the Tudor Hall just because it was daylight, and the lighting really was helpful when it came to doing photo shoot with the big jackets that was provided. I did have a few shots only with in Tudor Hall, but most of them was really in the photography studio. But yeah, and then apart from that, I did have a little problem with my audio. I didn't do any track, which means I had to take it from free audio. Nick did help me a lot, helping me to like make sure that the audio was coming in smoothly. Meanwhile, the actual interview was coming in. I did do an interview with Joanna. She's a teacher from fashion. So meanwhile doing the interview with Joanna, I did have the interview in the actual classroom that they teach fashion. I wanted to be like that, with that background, just because I think it would be like better when it comes to an open day for people to really see how it's like to be in a fashion classroom, and how it would be like a little bit of the experience on how it would be throughout the year. I did fix the audio because the audio was not good at all. I did have a lot of problems with the audio. I didn't use the correct mic, which means I did have problems with the with the audio. But yeah, I mean, I fixed the audio with Nick. He really helped me a lot with the audio, and yeah, it was great. um But yeah, it was really really good. I did have a few shots as well into the hole on the other clothes. Throughout this video, it did occur that some of the footage got on a private folder, which means I did have problem finding the actual footage that I've done. Throughout this video, it also happened that the teacher was not speaking clearly, which means I had to again fix the audio and put the footage on a different place with the audio. um then yeah, so like it shows a bit of the sketchbook, and meanwhile the teacher is actually speaking and actually talking about of the project and stuff they've done. As you can see here, the audio that I've taken through Free Sound, which is the website that I've taken the audio from, the music. It was a short music. This means I had to like copy and paste quite a few times throughout this video and make sure that the actual music was everywhere throughout this video. And yeah, so I did have as well the mood board that they have in the actual classroom coming through as well. The mood board doesn't really have any codes or whatsoever in there. However, it does have like the inspiration that they had a trip to Rome, which means they had a few inspiration in like the type of clothes, like white with like a few colors, very looking very old and stuff like that. So yeah, so on that video I did have a problem because I wasn't using really a tripod. By I managed to stay very still, and the video actually came out really good. I also had students working on some machines. I did not have any audio of any students in there, just because I wasn't able to get any students to do an interview with me. I had quite a few models helping me out by modeling the clothes and yeah, and stuff that was provided by the students. The clothes shown in the video is actually everything is actually from fashion. The students, they do everything. What more? I do have a few shots as well in the classroom when a student and a teacher is actually like doing the work and like sewing, helping to draw the clothes and the final project that it was gonna do. I do have a few more shots on first years, which were they were like drawing on their sketchbooks how they wanted the t-shirts that they were doing to look like. But yeah, I mean, I think the video was really really good at the end, just because I did have quite a few problems when it comes to like actually getting the footage together. As I said before, most of those footage was on a private folder, which means it took me a little while to actually find them. I did have a few problems as well with actually getting the teacher to do interview with me. So this was quite a big problem for my project. And yeah, but like yeah, I mean the sound and the audio on the interview, as I said before, was really bad, which means I had to go through it quite a few times over and over again to organize the audio. I did do both catwalks, one in Brent Cross and one in the church, which means I was able to edit and get some of the footage to for my actual video. And then again, the video finished with the catwalk. And yeah, so what we really done on the video was just fixing colors, like fixing audio and getting the logo from Barnes and Southgate and UAE out together on a white background. This edit is just a promotional video, which means it was short. It was 3 minutes and 11 seconds. I still sort of think it's quite long. However, um it talks a lot about the actual course, which means it's quite clear for people on open day to know what the course is really about and what they really do in the course. So I mean, I think the video and the editing was great. I did enjoy editing. I did enjoy doing the audio bits and pieces just with Nick, because he really helped me a lot when it came to the interview audio. um as I said before, I wasn't using the right mic, which I did have a problem when it came to the edit, as there were as well a student working right behind the teachers when I was doing the interview. This means the mic was actually catching up like the background noise. um but at the end I did manage to make it sound right. um but yeah, so this is the problems and the things that happen on my actual production and editing. But yeah, I did really have fun editing and doing all the bits and pieces on this video, even though I had lots of problems with it. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, my mouth right now, my jawline is tired. Like I'm hungry, but I don't think I'm even gonna eat because my jawline is tired. It's like it's painful right here as well, both sides. This is production and post-production work. Presentation